By the way, if you guys hear any beeping noises and tractor noises, just some construction going on at my neighbours since 7 a.m. this morning.
And yeah, so we couldn't really help that.
Yeah, I couldn't exactly go up and be like,
He stopped.
yeah, just like for an hour. But yeah, so hope you guys don't mind that, and please excuse the background noise.
So thank you, Justin Al Yang, for that litty intro track. If you want to check out his work, he's on YouTube and SoundCloud at Zenix, so that's Zenics, and he's also on Instagram. That's Justin A with 4 Y's, so that's JustinAyyy.
We're your hosts, Ben, Lindy, and Alex, and welcome to the Culture Podcast. As young creators, we give our take on issues that matter to us and our ever-growing community as millennials. So in today's episode 5, we discuss the topic, do what you love, but...
All right. So there's always that predicament of doing what you're good at or do what you love, right? Mm-hmm. Since the beginning of time, there's always been it's always been an issue every single human has faced. Yep. I don't know about you guys, but literally it's just something that's always happened forever and ever. Always something that I've thought about as a kid. Mm-hmm. Should I just do something I like or something I'm good at?
That's true. Yeah.
But do these phrases have a lot more in common than we think? Do what you're good at till you love it, or do what you love till you get good at it?
Okay.
Okay.
True. So what do we mean by this, right?
What do you guys mean by that?
What do we mean by this? Justin Bieber, what do you mean?
I'm getting there. So what we mean is that there's talent and there's passion. Okay, so picture a Venn diagram. Y'all know what a Venn diagram is. So there's like a circle, 2 circles merged slightly together. So there's like a center, right?
Like
the center.
Overlap.
A little overlap. So then one circle has do what you love, do what you're passionate about. The other circle is do what you're good at. So right in the spine, in the middle there, that sweet spot is where you want to be. The dream, right? Best of both worlds.
100%.
But don't fret, because no matter which side you're on, you can make it there. Today, we're going to break down why both talent and passion matters and how similar they are in terms of, being successful.
Yeah, so the funny thing is the original topic was going to be do what you're good at or do what you love. Mm-hmm. But in the end, it kind of turned out that we was reaching the same conclusions. Mm-hmm. So you find your talent with passion and experience, but you need the experiences and passion to find talent. Does that make sense? Well, to you guys, it might not make sense right now, but hopefully after this episode, it will.
So, topic 1, passion. Why does it matter? Let's first clarify what passion means.
All right, so what do we mean by passion, right? So passion in this concept is kind of something that you have a strong desire or a enthusiasm towards. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So we all have our own passions, which are music, design, and film. Mm-hmm. That's our passion. Mm-hmm. But are we good at it?
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
Are we even passionate about it?
Are we passionate about it?
Oh,
that just made me think about it a lot. I think I am.
Just this dark cloud over Ben's head. So in saying that,
yeah,
do you think you can make it with passion alone, just passion alone?
Hell no.
I don't think so. No.
No?
I think if you think of obviously every optimism wants to be yeah, you can. Mm-hmm. But I think
sorry guys.
And that's where I think we all started, where we're all right, this is my passion, let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things along the way that kind of make you second think that.
100%. There's way more to it than just carrying that passion alone. They make it sound so easy in high school and stuff. It's as long as you have passion, no matter where you go, you'll make it. But really, in reality, it don't work that way.
Yeah. So
easy money smoker.
Wow. Okay. So I guess when we were talking about this, for a majority of millennials, we grew up with our parents working hard to get where they are today, right? In other words, they walked in order for us to run. Why are you smiling, Ben?
I'm just thinking
something
about
funny,
stuff.
Ben.
I'm just thinking about things. Yeah.
So in saying that, if we were to say that talent overcomes all, that's pretty much invalidating the whole entire generation, right?
Yeah, because that's what our parents kind of did.
Yeah.
Just worked hard. Doesn't matter what they did. They just worked hard and they got good at it.
Yes.
Yep.
Correct. So what do we mean by saying all this? So for me, I personally think that I'm not great at illustration, but I love illustration,
Okay.
right? I love it much more than like my branding work. And then I know that I do well like conceptualizing ideas and piling them
Okay.
together. But when it comes to like application, my skills just aren't there. Like I'm just not quite there.
All right. So for those who don't know, because what's illustration and what's the difference between illustration and design?
Branding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
branding.
okay.
Yeah.
Application's a bit different.
Yeah.
So when I mean by application, I mean like illustration can be digital, can be painted, like physical, can be like drawn on paper. It's a lot of conceptual work as well as like design. Branding, you have more like a purpose, like when you see like a business starting up something. So I've always loved that, right, over doing my branding work for clients. But am I good at it? I don't know.
We're getting there. We're getting
We're
there,
getting
right?
there, right? I think I do well, like, you know, conceptualizing ideas and things like that. But it's just when I come to applying it, I can't. Like, it's a physical struggle that I'm trying to work with, right? But for me, I feel like it's just a skill that I need to practice over time to get better. Because in high school, I was pretty good at it. Then I just sort of fell off the cliff somewhere and just never like picked it up again. And I dived in like a bit of different work, like which is branding and graphics design. And then I like those skills sort of just like got buried over time. So in saying that, I feel like if I were to keep practicing my skills,
Yeah.
I would become better at it.
Oh, really?
I would become talented at it. But like just
Yeah, yeah.
even looking back on the past few works I've did over the years, like my line works, my stroke works and everything like that, it's very different to what it is like now.
Yeah.
And
okay.
that's just from me trying to practice. Not as often as I'd like, but if I did it every day, I'd be the next Picasso, bro.
So the main thing is that you want to get better at illustration, but you're saying the passion is there, but not so much the talent.
Yeah, not so much the skill or talent, but I do believe I can like improve on it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So that's just where the hard work comes
Because passion is passion, but if you keep improving it, it becomes a skill. It becomes
a talent.
in.
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah. So Alex has like a similar story, right?
Yeah,
With
so
your
pretty much
audio.
similar. So I want to do sound. I want to do music.
Yeah.
Or something to do with sound. But I never knew where to start. So like I didn't know about like I could reach out on Instagram to some like local producers. So my first thought was I'd just go to school for it.
Cool. Starting from the ground up.
Starting from the ground up.
Starting from the bottom, and soon we'll be here.
And
Nice.
hopefully it sounds
Yeah,
okay.
I guess the idea of these concepts are like you start slower, right? You start very slow, but then
start
you
from
like ramp
the
up.
bottom.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
legit start from the bottom and then you ramp up and then you
Yeah.
become talented at it.
Yeah. I reckon if you start from the beginning, that's where you learn all the most important things.
You
That's-
learn every step of the way, right?
Every step of the way, that's where you
Yeah.
make the most mistakes and you
Yeah.
learn and you just like, you take on those mistakes differently than other people make mistakes.
Oh,
on their
okay.
part.
Yeah. So in saying that, then that's perfect. That's a perfect perk to being like a person who starts from the bottom. You learn lots of like great leadership skills, I think, or at least I wouldn't say exactly leadership skills, but more empathy and sympathy for those starting from the bottom. So let's say you work
True.
from you work literally from the ground up, and now you become like a manager at some position. You know every single step of the way. You know exactly how every step is done, like very meticulously.
Yeah.
So now you know how that feels for like other people, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're able to become a great leader because you have gone through those obstacles, mistakes, challenges to get to where you are today. So I think one thing that kind of encapsulates like this whole concept versus like talent versus experience and passion is something from an anime I watched. I'm gonna get weeb on you guys.
Let it out, Ben.
It's
Let it out.
something that I've been very into lately, so I had to put it into this episode.
At every chance.
At every chance I get, I put it in, like literally. So this anime called Haiku, right? It has a perfect explanation as like for talent versus experience. So people with talent, they kind of explain things in like whooshes and jumps and like bam, kapow, stuff like that, right? When they explain things, they're like, oh, you just do it, you know? I'm good at it because I just do it.
Yeah.
But for someone who's experienced and someone who wasn't talented at it, they kind of know the steps. So for my example, haiku. If those who don't know, haiku is like a volleyball anime.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not very sporty. I'm not experienced in sport at all. So the way I'm learning every single step to, let's say, spike a ball. So you take 3 steps, jump. But someone who's talented, they do it without thought at all.
True.
All they're thinking is like, oh, maybe I have to time it a bit better. Or maybe I have to do this a bit better.
Oh, so they don't really deconstruct.
They don't deconstruct. But someone who's experienced, they're kind
Yeah.
of, oh yeah, okay, you're not stepping it right. You're not doing those 3 steps.
Yeah.
You're not jumping and you're not like whipping your arm.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that's the I think that's the encapsulation. I think it makes sense. Does it make sense to you guys?
I feel like it makes sense because like we
Yeah.
get it. We get like the concept you're trying to tell us, like
Yeah.
the whooshes, the bams, like it just happens like in like this sort of motion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for someone who's new or someone who's learnt those steps, they sort of it's sort of like a process in their head that they can actually see and be able to like reiterate it to someone else who's learning.
Yeah,
But
100%.
someone who's like just already talented, it just happens. Yeah.
Yeah. So basic example. Let's take it out of the weeb world. Let's take it out of the anime world, and let's say you're a cashier at like a clothing store, for example. Any store, could be any.
Okay.
Just jeans.
What are you trying to say?
No, okay. You're a cashier at any store, and for someone who doesn't have like an aptitude for strong people skills, it's hard to be a cashier, right? Like from my own experience, I found it very hard to like be a cashier because it's just hard to talk to people, I think. But so then you learn those skills, and it's very nerve wracking, and you obviously get better with repetition.
Yeah.
And right now I'm at a stage where I'm good. I can do cashier fine. But when I first started, I shit my pants so much.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
Yeah.
that's when people go like, I'm a fast learner. And when I hear fast learner, I think like they just look at the screen and they just know what to do. Whereas like for me, I'm like a process kind of person. I'll be like, why did you do that? Like, why did you click that button? What's the process of doing this? And
yeah, why did you do that?
Yeah,
Why
and
did you
that's
do
sort of
this?
how you learn, right?
Mm-hmm,
But for a person who already knows it, like they look at it and they just know. I don't think there's a process in their head because I've had people try to teach me a POS system before that just know it because they know it. And they're just
Yeah.
like, you just do this, 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 this. I'm like, whoa, hang on a minute.
I think we talked about this in a previous episode where people can just do things without thinking about the process. They just know. They're like, oh, I don't need to know why you do this.
Yeah,
I just do it because that's what this result does.
sounds familiar.
Yeah. I think that was in like a way back episode. But yeah, so like, let's say a manager looks at this person who's like super nervous and shit. They would know exactly how to teach them because they like have been in that position before.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agree.
They know exactly how you feel versus someone who already has a knack for it.
Empathy. So that leads us to topic 2,
Topic 2.
talent. We all wish we had it. This is too deep. We all wish we had it, and we know who has it. Every person that's famous has it, right? Talent.
Yeah.
They're
That's what you call.
recognized, yeah.
You think they have talent because they're famous, right?
True, actually.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's the thing that I just processed like just right now. Like when when you see a famous person, you just like, wow, I love that person because they're so good at so and so like acting.
They're
Exactly.
so
But
talented.
yeah, but
You-
but do you ever dive deeper and be like, where did they come from to get to that stage?
Yeah, you disregard their hard work just
Yeah.
by saying they're
Yeah.
talented.
Just say
Yeah.
you're talented.
Like if you go and read like a bio of like your favorite actor or actress, like some people go through some deep shit to get to where they are now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like quick example, Constance Wu, fresh off the boat. She's
Yeah.
the mum. She used to like, I think she used to like live in a car, and she used to like
Oh my
when she
God.
washes her car,
Yeah.
she would use the wipers for your windows. Like so she'd go to the servo and wash her car with those wipers and like go around the whole car, wipe the whole thing down.
What the?
Yeah, that's how struggle she was.
Oh my God. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, see, that's an example.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's define talent real quick. What is it?
What is it?
I wish I had it, but
Something I wish I had.
so you already have an aptitude for the skills, making it easier to pick up the craft or to master the craft.
Okay.
I see.
So as discussed previously, people who are talented kind of lack the experience, right? They but to actually compensate, they provide like a fresh new perspective on everything. So everyone who's experienced, they kind of know like the way it helped me think is that people who experience use too much brain power on like those processes, so they don't have enough like space in their head to think of new innovations. But people who are talented, they already know all that stuff. They do it without thought. They use no power in that. So what's left in their brain to use? Just innovation. They can think of like better ways to do things. Yeah. So let's go back to the cashier concept. You're a talented person. You're freaking good at what you do. You have great people skills. It's your natural talent. So in this concept, let's say you're selling clothes. What's the next thing to innovate, right? You want to upsell.
Upsell.
Yes, sir. So you upsell because you're so good at talking. You're like, maybe I can try and sell some more things for this place.
Yeah.
So you upsell socks. Why are we saying socks?
You said it.
You can like discount, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. But they have more space in their brain to kind of think of other ways to make things better because they're so good at what they do already.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's a very interesting concept.
The cashier
The
example.
cashier concept.
So what if my talent isn't my passion though?
Yeah, that's very hard, hey? Because a lot of people think, oh yeah, I'm good at this, but do I like it?
Can I do this for the rest of my life?
Can I do it for the rest of my life?
I feel like, because Alex is a good example. Alex is really good at maths, but you don't want to be an accountant.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so there you go. And for example, for me, I have a talent, I'd say skill in public speaking, but is it my passion? No.
No. Yeah. So, actually, if your talent isn't your passion, it isn't too late, I think, because at least the majority of humans in this world, we're all engineered to kind of like positive things. So like things that have a positive result, right?
Yeah.
So every time you do something good, everyone gives you positive reinforcement. It's like, it's a study, you're bound to do better, or you're bound to want to do more or better
True.
or be better.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that's just hardwired in our DNA to kind of think that way. So if I get heaps of positive reinforcement on this, I want to keep doing it.
Yeah. So for example, like if I get really good in like reinforcement that, hey, you're good at this,
Yeah.
I will, lean towards it. Like maybe it's not my passion, but I'll start to enjoy doing it, just not pursue it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I think, like, for me, from my point of view, I think I've always been like a creative person. I've said this already. And I think I'm like pretty decent. I think I'm more on the good side. If I didn't pursue this career, then I'm more on the good side of being creative, right?
Okay.
So, but I never really wanted to be, it never was my goal when I was in high school or anything.
Right.
It was a typical story of like an Asian kid, like science,
Maths,
law, doctor,
technology.
maths,
I
blah,
just
blah, blah,
got
tech,
like
stuff
taken
like that.
down memory
Yeah.
lane.
But all those things were kind of negative reinforcements for me. I never liked it because there was always a pressure to do it.
Yeah.
But then there was one thing that kind of I always got positive results out of, which was being creative. I'd make those memes back in the day for everyone.
The meme
Like,
started from Ben Pham, guys.
I made memes myself and posted it on Tumblr, but that's gone now. But yeah, like in group chats, I'd just be like, oh, fuck, that's funny. I'm going to make a meme about it.
Yeah.
Post it. Everyone laughs about it. I want to make more, And that kind of translated into making vlogs because I really enjoyed it. This was actually like 5 to 6 years ago that I made like little vlogs just for fun. And everyone like loved it. And I really enjoyed it. That's why I kept wanting to do it.
Yeah.
And then that's when I realized that, oh, maybe I want to be more creative because that's the only thing that I kind of wanted to keep doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Contrary to passion, your skills kind of ramp up really fast, right? And then you can snowball into success. But that's if you work hard at it. So there's this podcast that I was listening to, and it's like about 3 weebs pretty much talking about anime and Japan culture. It's called Trash Talk Podcast. It's a really good one if you guys like anime and just Japanese culture in general. And one of the guys on there, I think his name was like Sea Dog or something. He was actually a chess master. He actually had like a skill for this.
Okay.
So he was really good at it. It just naturally came to him. So when kids he was versing, were like playing. They'd finish the game and they'd go back and be like, oh shit, how did you do that? How did you beat me in that? How did you win that? What was your strategy? Blah, blah, blah. And they'd kind of study it. But this guy would literally win the game, go off, play his Game Boy, and just come back, win some more games. Right. That's crazy. And I think that's what talent is. You're just good at it without even trying. But then the issue was in that he never really tried getting better, but then he kept getting like higher and higher in stage, and then he eventually became a chess master. But at that stage, everyone was talented. You know, everyone's talented, and then he kind of fell off on that ranking, and
Everyone sort of caught up.
yeah, everyone caught up because what he was doing was that he wasn't trying, but everyone else was talented and they kept doing it, but he just stopped doing it, and that's why he fell off. Yeah. What's the point of my story here?
What's the point of the story here?
So the point of the story is the overlap. That's where talent meets passion and experience. Yes. The sweet spot.
The sweet spot.
Topic 3.
Yay! My turn. Finally. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so
You're not kidding.
anyways, so topic 3, the overlap, right? The sweet spot of where you want to be, like Ben mentioned before. So from starting your career with passion, you gain those experiences and great leadership skills, right? Because you started from somewhere, learned the process, learned all the, the steps to it. But on the flip side, with talent, you're an innovator with a fresh face and perspective. Yeah? Do you guys remember when we talked about the overlap? This is where it comes in.
Yep. So that Venn diagram, Lindy
diagram.
explained about 20 minutes ago.
Yep.
Two circles, that part where it overlaps in the middle. This is where you are now. You've become so good at your talent. You work so hard at it, you're in the middle. Or you're so passionate about something and you've worked so hard and you hit the middle again.
So, everything that we talked about, from passion to talent to the overlap, like the sweet spot, no matter which side you start on, or whichever side you come from, the common trait to all of this is hard work, right? It's all about the grind.
Yes,
It's all about
100%.
that constant growth you give yourself to improve on your own craft.
The grind.
The grind, the hustle.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So understanding where you stand is kind of important to see where your pathway can potentially go. It's all about the mindset, seeing how far you can take that passion or talent and turn it to something bigger.
So from this, I used to...
I love the cheerleading.
So I used to think, when someone asked me do you do what you love, or do you do what you're good at, sort of thing, it's like, of course you do what you love, follow your passion, do what fulfills you.
Yeah.
But after some learning experiences, it's just it's hard to say. And from this topic, this discussion that I've just had with Ben and Alex alone, I can sort of see the light at the end of the tunnel and be like, you know what, both are possible. It's just a matter of where you start from. Do you start from talent, then build a passion towards something, or do you start from passion and keep improving to make that, just something.
Lady's holding her heart right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did we say? There's more in common with each other than you think. Find your talent through passion and find your passion through talent. So we hope this episode gave you a bit of a head spin and allows you to rethink. There's always more to it. You never have to pick only one option. So that was the end of our episode 5. Do what you love.
But
And that's it. So yeah, please consider subscribing to our September email list. It covers our topic in episode 3, cultivating your creative circle. So find more reasons to kind of find your clique in your creative friends. If you like this episode, give us a follow on Instagram at The Cold Drip. So that's THECOLDDRIP.
yeah.
And stay up to date and know exactly when an episode is out. I'm Ben.
I'm Lindy.
And I'm Alex.
And this is the Cold Drip Podcast.
Bye.
Bye.
R.I.P.
See you
See ya.
again.
Yep.
See you in a little while.
THECLOOLD.
I'm
D.
singing.
R.I.P.